Good afternoon, folks. Ari here from Direct Auto Outlet in Fair Oaks, California. I've got this gorgeous 1997 Nissan Quest minivan for you today, and this will be a test drive and driving impression video of this gorgeous little van. It's only 57,000 miles on it. As we get it out on the road, put it through its paces, take you along with us for the ride so that you can see and hear everything that we see and hear. Sorry, it's a little bit gray out. It's late in the day. We are getting some clouds and we're expecting a storm tomorrow, so thought I'd get this video out of the way. Even though it's not ideal lighting conditions, it's going to be better than what we're going to have in the next couple of days. So we do have an in-depth walk-around video of this vehicle where we demonstrate the many functions of the vehicle, show you the ins and outs of the vehicle. Make sure you catch that video as well. We'll be sure to include links to both of the videos in the description portion of the ad, anywhere you see this vehicle for sale. Without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started on our test drive video. We've got 57,649 original miles. Go ahead and put the camera down for just a moment while we get our seatbelt on, safety first. And go ahead and put this thing through its paces. Thank you for joining us. Well, the late 90s was kind of an interesting time for the brand. For Nissan, they had some joint ventures with Mercury/Ford, and this was one of them. My guess is this is more of a Ford than it is a Nissan, in my opinion, because there's more Ford parts used than versus unique Nissan parts in this vehicle. But you know, Ford does these types of vehicles really well. They've made great minivans in the past, and the powertrain, as well as much of the sheet metal and ins and outs of this vehicle is really a Ford, even though it's badged Nissan. My guess is Nissan wanted to come out with a minivan. They probably didn't want to dump a ton of time and money into research and development to make a minivan, so they reached out to Ford, and Ford created one for them and allowed them to license it and badge it under their own name. Nonetheless, this is a great low mileage example of this van. It looks great, it runs great, very clean interior, ice cold air conditioning, hot heat. Underneath this dashboard, it looks like it's brand new. These mats are not intended to cover damage, they're intended to prevent them. Vehicle runs smooth, runs strong, goes through these twists and turns beautifully. Makes you even feel like a better driver than you really are. It evokes a lot of confidence in the operator. Transmission shifts are just about as smooth as butter. As you can see, we're up almost 55 miles per hour going through these twists and turns, and the vehicle feels great. As we apply our brakes, slowing down to a safe speed, we don't feel any shaking or shimmying on the pedal, no shaking or shimmying on the chassis or on the steering wheel. Nothing that would indicate any warpage of the brakes or rotors whatsoever. Vehicle drives straight, tracks straight, doesn't pull to the left or the right. No noises, no vibrations, no rattles, no squeaks, which is actually incredible for a vehicle this age. At the next intersection, we'll be making a right turn onto a section of road that has a lot of rough pavements, rough roads, potholes, and it really puts the suspension through its paces. So if you ever take a vehicle that has excessive wear and tear on its shocks, struts, upper or lower control arms, sway bar links, tie rod ends, you'll definitely feel some movement on this next section of road if your vehicle is worn out. We bring vehicles on this section of road on purpose, deliberately, to try to test for those types of things. If there's excessive wear and tear, you'll feel those rattles and squeaks and clunks on this section of road, and I'm not feeling any of that. It's a pretty forgiving ride, very smooth, what you would want from a minivan. Now, this van may end up being used for moving your family around, or it may not. It would also make a great cargo van if you took the seats out. It would also make a great camping vehicle that gives you a nice large flat space. It would also make you a great work truck if you just needed it to if you didn't need four-wheel drive and you just wanted to have your tools be safe and dry and secured inside the vehicle. You'd have tons of space here if you remove the seats. It would make for just a really reliable, affordable vehicle. Trucks, God knows, are getting expensive. I know that firsthand. I just purchased one. Here we'll do a 0 to 60 acceleration run. We'll see how fast we can get up to 60. As you can see here, we're at a stop. We'll give it about 50% throttle, 60%, 70% throttle. Shifts are just as smooth as butter, even under heavy acceleration and throttle. And at 50, 55, and at 60 before you know it, and beyond. Pretty good power for a vehicle this age. Most vehicles in this era and this age really didn't have the greatest performance, and this vehicle kind of offers a nice blend of performance as well as comfort and utility and versatility. Very smooth and quiet. This vehicle's definitely been loved, has a clean Carfax vehicle history report. Lifetime California car, has been in the Sacramento area since brand new. I think it'd make a great addition to your family, your household, or your business, regardless of what you're planning on using it for. And for those of you watching from out of state or out of town, I do want to remind you we also do have affordable nationwide shipping and transport services available as well. So if you'd like to know what it would cost to get this vehicle from our doorstep to yours, wonder no longer. Give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. However you get a hold of us, we'll be happy to get you a quote and let you know what it would take to get this vehicle from our doorstep to yours. So don't hesitate. Trade-ins are welcome. Extended warranties are available. Air conditioning blows ice cold in this thing. Heat works as well. Windows and locks work. Comes with 2 keys. Really clean inside and out. I bet you one of you out there, maybe one of you watching right now, have had one of these, maybe has over 200,000 miles on it, maybe you've lost it for whatever reason, maybe you sold it, maybe it got lost in a crash. Wish you had a really nice low mileage example of the vehicle. But where the heck are you going to find a Nissan Quest with 57,000 miles on it, or even under 100,000 miles on it? That's what makes this such a rare find. Well, look no further. If you wish you can go back and recreate this vehicle, buy it when it was only 3 or 4 years old, well, this might be the closest alternative. Buying one almost 30 years later that has only 3 or 4 years worth of mileage and wear and tear on it. In any case, 2 humongous thumbs up. I think you're going to really like what you see here. Come on down, take it for a test drive. I think you'll agree that it is very impressive. As we make our last few twists and turns, making our way back to the lot, I do want to take this opportunity to thank you for joining us and investing your valuable time sticking with us throughout the entirety of this video. And if you're still watching, then thank you for sticking with us this long. We do appreciate it. We do hope to have the opportunity to see and interact with each and every one of you in the near future. We'll go ahead and pull in here, back it on into a spot, and then we'll go ahead and call it a day. Visibility is great, lots of glass all the way around, virtually no blind spots whatsoever. Throw it into reverse and we'll go ahead and pull on into a spot. Thanks so much for joining us, folks. Have a wonderful day and we hope to see you soon. Take care now. Bye-bye.